Hi, this is Nemr Abou Nassar, and you are watching UthMag.com. Now, don't confuse it. It's UthMag if you're German. I don't. UthMag.com.
What's up, you crackers? You're watching UthMag.com, and I got Nemr Abou Nassar with me. How's it going?
I'm good. I'm good. How are you, man? Thanks for having me.
How's Dubai been so far?
This isn't the first time I've been to Dubai. I've fallen in love with this place. I've come very often. I have a lot of friends here, so I often visit even when I don't have a show. So it's, as always, fantastic.
I was just going to ask, fall in love with someone here or just the place?
No, I haven't fallen in love with someone here, but I fall in love with women who have traveled here, leaving Lebanon. So we have a lot of Lebanese people here, a lot of good friends here, and my girlfriend back home has a lot of friends here. So we come back a lot, very often.
What do you call home? Which place is home for you?
My home, Lebanon would be my home. But I travel so much. I mean, in the past 2 years, I probably spent more time outside of Lebanon than inside. But I call Lebanon my home because it's where everything started for me, and it's where my family is. I think wherever your family is where you would call home. I think, for me at least, you know. But I think right now, in terms of my home would be Lebanon, but my house would be the Middle East. I mean, my family is spread across everywhere with the other comics, so. If anything happens in anywhere in the Middle East, I feel like it's happening in my home. I guess that's how I would put it.
Well, that's great, because wherever you go, you can have shows. People come there.
Yeah.
You know, people cheer for you. Your family,
you know
right?
Yeah, exactly. So yeah.
It doesn't happen to me, but because I got family everywhere. Yeah, but so when did you actually realize that you're funny and you could actually get paid for this?
When people paid and laughed at my jokes. I mean, that would be. I had to take a leap of faith, and I put on my first show, my first paid show, back in 2006 or 2005. I can't remember, and people showed up. I did a good job marketing and promoting it and producing the show, and they paid for the money, and they paid for the tickets, and then they left with a huge smile on their face, and I got amazing feedback. That's when I knew that I could do this. I just have to make sure it keeps getting better in quality.
Okay, if someone came up to you and said, I mean, you're a comic, and they said, say something funny, what would you say?
I usually look at them and say, but which means give me 500. But I mean, stand-up, I explain to them usually that stand-up comedy isn't about telling jokes. It's about, if I were to define stand-up comedy, a stand-up comedian, it's not about telling jokes, it's about creating an atmosphere. Your job is to create an atmosphere and invite people into your world. And when they come into your world, you need to get them to forget their world. And when you're done after your hour and a half, you send them back to the real world. They need to be able to see that world differently. If you can do that, then you've got a winner on your hands. And when I do my specials, that's what I focus on. Do I have the right material that I can draw in a crowd, get them to forget everything, be part of my world, and then when they get back to their world, see things differently. I think that's how I would define stand-up. And then I tell a knock-knock joke, usually how I would go about it. Or a very lame French joke. Here's a very, you're not going to get it because you don't know French, forget about it. Really? Okay, here we go. Why do French people put only one egg in an omelet? Because one egg is an œuf.
You get that, man? It's a bit funny.
Sorry.
Right. What was it like telling your family, like, hey, I want to be a comedian? Did they take to that?
Horrible, bro. Horrible. My dad was like, you're wasting your life. My mom was like, I'll support you, whatever. But they were both very worried, and I'm very grateful that they were. I don't think that it's bad that Arab parents challenge their children. I think it's good that they challenge their children. It forces us to rise to the occasion. And once I rose to the occasion, they were on board. But they were out of concern. They're like, okay, well, you know, you've graduated in finance. You have all this potential. Why are you wasting it? Like my dad would say, being a clown. When people take time to get convinced, and I love my family, and they're the most important thing to me, and it takes effort to make them convinced, and once you get them in your corner, I think everything goes well. So if a lot of people are worried, you should be worried, but you shouldn't let that stop you. And if you work on yourself, I mean, I work like 16, 17 hours a day, 7 days a week, and I'm constantly working on myself. If you're going to work on yourself and put a lot of discipline and effort into it, you will reach the top. There's no magic trick. It takes practice, work, dedication, and sacrifice. And when you make it, if your parents don't acknowledge you, then they're assholes. And if they do acknowledge you, then you're blessed. But either way, they're your parents, and you should love them. But I mean, some people can't get over their pride, and I told you, no, you shouldn't do that. I'm lucky that I didn't have parents like that. Never let that stop you. You have one life to live. Follow your dreams, and don't be a stripper unless they pay good money.
All right. Where do you practice your material? On whom? I mean,
I'm in front of crowds. I'll anywhere I can put a mic, man. I'll go. When I first started out, I even did a show at McDonald's. Like I'll do, yeah, our birthday party. Literally, you're laughing, bro. I would do anywhere because any crowd is a challenge. But you know, I now have become successful enough that any venue I can do in my country or around the Middle East, so I'm lucky, and I use that. But it doesn't change the fact that I do many small shows, 200, 300 people, which is considered small now. Back in the day, it used to be 50, 60 people. Try out material and go home and say that didn't work, that worked. I'm gonna, oh, dude, I should try that, and try to put things together and then go back and try again. I keep doing that until I'm satisfied.
What are your pre-show rituals, like before you're performing?
I like to talk to my parents. I like to talk to my girlfriend if I have one at the time. You know, I like to talk to my sister. I like to be in touch with everyone and make sure everyone's happy in my life. It gives me comfort and peace, and that way I can just be happy and live in the moment. You know, when you're concerned. And it happens as a professional. Sometimes you're going through bad times in your life and somebody you love is not happy or something, and you got to go up and deliver anytime. But my ideal pre-show would be make sure everybody's happy, and then I can just get lost in the moment. And I try to get lost in the moment, not to think, not to start and get worked up.
Stage your home. Is there anything else? Any wisdom from Mr. Nemr?
Wisdom? Yeah. Say no to drugs. Actually, you know what? If I had to say one thing, is to be professional. I think we lack that in the Middle East. Be very professional. Don't drink. Don't do drugs. And if you do drink, that's cool. Don't drink when you have a show. You know, no, seriously, because I'm not, whatever anyone wants to do, they're free. It's a free world, and do whatever makes you happy. But this is a job, and nobody goes drunk to represent somebody legally. Nobody does drugs before they go to work. They get fired. And, you know, these people, you got to respect them. Always know that no matter what you do in life, be ready to sacrifice and be disciplined and work on yourself, and you will succeed. So, you know, to all your subscribers and people listening, literally, life is what you make of it. It's in your hands. If you guys want to put the time aside to become the best you can be, you will become the best you can be. Nothing can stop you, no matter who you are. I came from nothing, man. I worked my way up, and I know it for a fact. And if you're going to sit there and make excuses, go ahead. You're just going to waste your time. Hi, this is Nemr Abou Nassar, and you are watching UthMag.com. Now, don't confuse it. It's UthMag if you're German. I don't. UthMag.com. They rock. I love you guys. Thanks for tuning in, and you know, spread the love here. This site's great.
Listen up.